So our vision is to nurture, inspire, achieve, to be the best we can be. I'm Laura Perrott, I'm the head teacher at Llantarnam Community Primary School. Having had NQTs at school over the past 6 years that I've been here, senior and middle leaders have had a lot of experience of using the Education Workforce Council's Professional Learning Passport and become really competent in its use. We thought it would be really useful if we promoted it, not just for NQTs who have to use the statutory documents and platform, but for all staff, regardless of where they are in their career.
I'm Hannah Williams. I'm a Year 3-4 teacher in Llantarnam Community Primary School. The PLP has supported me in becoming a reflective practitioner throughout my teaching career so far. Initially, I used the PLP during my NQT year. Following this, I continue to use the PLP each year as a log of my performance management targets, where I can easily bullet point how I'm progressing towards achieving each target, which is bespoke to our school. Having the knowledge of the PLP has enabled me to effectively support student teachers in my role as a school-based mentor. I find it easy to navigate and regularly log feedback to help students improve their practice. This year, I have also been able to use the PLP to access the module content and resources for my Masters in Education. I have found it really beneficial to have all my professional learning in one place.
I'm Victoria Freebury. I'm Deputy Head Teacher at Llantarnam Community Primary School. We have worked closely with the Education Workforce Council to develop our bespoke workbook and for there to be one platform for all staff to record their professional development journey, which is built on each year. Colleagues from the Education Workforce Council were always available to support at the end of the phone or through email. We met regularly to plan the workbook based on our need and regularly throughout the trial period of using the resource. And we made adaptations based on our evaluations to make sure it was working for us as a school. The Education Workforce Council has been most accommodating to our need. They've been accessible and supportive throughout the whole process. We are expanding all the time and plan to continue expanding our professional learning offer in the future. We feel we have only just scratched the surface with regards to what the PLP can offer, and we will be exploring the use of the research database in the future.
My name is Terry Evans. I'm a teaching assistant at Llantarnam Community Primary School. I've been using the PLP now for about 2 years, and I use it to log my evidence that heads towards my performance management. It's a fantastic tool. It's very easy to access from an iPad or a laptop. I've been using it for areas of development, so I'm taking pictures of the areas throughout the stages of development, and it's great. It's a great tool for my performance management lead to see where they'll access it then, or obviously with me there, and they can see how the development stages are going and to see if I'm heading towards my target and whether I'm going to achieve it or not.
So use of the Professional Learning Passport as a whole schools, as a staff, is really useful for me as a head teacher. One, to have one digital platform to go to access anything, any documentation to do with staff's progress against the professional teaching and leadership standards, but also their performance management. And it maintains that record year on year, but also helps that member of staff as they progress in their career. It can be transferred school to school with them as they go, which is comforting as a head teacher to know they've got that as part of their career in teaching.
I'm Vicky Robertson and I'm currently in my NQT year, and I'm finding it really beneficial to be using the PLP to continue on from my PGC year to record my professional development. And it is slightly different from as a PGC student to an NQT student, and it'll be slightly different again next year, but it's still, because you're using the same kind of thing, there's a lot of the features that are still the same. That's what makes it easier instead of learning a whole new thing. You can see what areas, that's what we're saying about the strengths things as well. You can say, oh, actually, I'm doing really well in this area, or these are the areas that I need to cover now.
My name's Rebecca Mills and I'm currently a TA in the Year 1 class, and I'm currently doing my HRTA.
I'm Amy Courtney, I'm a TA in Year 4 and currently doing my HRTA as well. I found the PLP really easy and useful to log performance management targets. I can put evidence on there and my performance management lead will again have access to it and can go back and we can talk about it in review meetings.
It's helped our performance management lead to access our work and update us during our performance reviews.
It's also been beneficial to use the same system for our evidence to work towards our sustained highly achieving level in order to prepare for our HLTA assessment. We can link our work to performance management also, and our mentors can monitor and review as we go along.
Well, the PLP supports staff by continuing to improve because they're evaluating themselves against the professional teaching and leadership standards. It helps them to improve because it now contains their performance management documentation. So they have got that platform that can support their continuous professional development, which is all about part of our vision at school, but also part of the national mission for education in Wales.